Hi there, it's Ginger Bell, the Edumarketer and the CEO and founder of Edumarketing. Welcome to week 2 of our Mortgage Video Planner. So last week we talked about week 1, which was a focus on VA, and in week 2 we're going to talk about closing costs. So let's dive right in and go through completing the planner. So you're going to always begin with your topic or your idea. So in this case, it's closing costs. And then once you have that down, then you're going to write down the opening hook. The opening hook is what's going to capture people's attention. So you can start with, what are closing costs for buying a home? You can talk about who pays for closing costs, the buyer or the seller, whatever that is. That's your opening hook. So that's what you want to lead in with. And then you're going to talk about introduction of yourself. So hello, my name is Ginger Bell, and I'm with ABC Mortgage. In this video, I'm going to share with you who covers closing costs. So let's get started. And then you're going to go into your 3 points. You want to talk about 3 points. You can have more than 3 points, but I want you to have at least 3 points. And so for this one, we have point number 1. You don't have to use these are just ideas. So point number 1, buyers and sellers each pay their own closing costs. So point number 1, buyers and sellers each pay their own closing costs. You could be, have something like be aware of what your closing costs are, whatever what you want to do for your first point. And that's what you're going to talk about. And then you're going to go into that. So you can put in there, home buyers likely to pay between 2% and 5% of their loan amount and closing costs, while the seller could pay between 5 and 6% of the sales price. So just giving an idea of closing costs. Second point, know your closing costs, and then getting into that. So if you want to go into more detail, talking about what the closing costs are, whether, you go into origination fees, if you go into, typical costs, appraisal fees, origination fees, title search, title, upfront mortgage insurance, which you could do an entire video on that, which we probably have for one of the weeks. But just giving them an idea as far as knowing what those closing costs are. Third point, know when to negotiate seller concessions. And again, this is one of those things, some people, maybe you're in a market that this is something that can happen or not happen, but having them be aware of that is important. So going into the details of that. So telling them what they are. Seller concessions are negotiations that you can use, and it's what the seller pays for. And you can cover what those are if you want to get into that, or just talk about, knowing their market. So the whole idea is to have your topic. What are you going to talk about? Closing costs. Go into what your opening hook is, your 3 points, elaborate on those, and then get into what do you want someone to do once they have watched the video. And so you want to close it out. So when you're ready to make an offer, it's important to know what your closing costs are, who pays for them, and how maybe you can negotiate that in order to get into the home that you're buying. So I'm here to help. If you need additional information, please don't hesitate to contact me. My name is Ginger Bell. My information is listed below. That's it. So now you have week number 2. Go make your video. If there's anything that we can help with, don't hesitate to give us a call. My name is Ginger Bell, and you can find information about us at edumarketing.com. Now go out and edumarket.